we're at the halfway mark of the season. Okay, I think only Pirates have played 17. They're just an outlier. But most of the teams have been 14 games, 15 games. It's a good view. Now, you always talk about the 5-game rule. I'm giving you 15 games here. So now at least we can assess them properly. You know what I mean? So we want to start with Swallows, because they the team, you know what I mean? They what the English Premier League think Leeds are. No. Swallows are better. Now, we owe that to Brandon Truter. Who are we owing that to, Doc?
Definitely. I think for me, before you even start by Brandon Truter, you talk about Swallows management, because without their support, I don't think Brandon Truter would have made the progress that he has made thus far. But quite honestly, you talk about the management that has given him the platform and a great platform to the fact that they support him with whatever that he needs. Secondarily, I think he has kept the core of the team from the NFC. Remember, when he was acquired last season, the Swallows was about to be relegated in South Africa. And he kept the core of the team in, and you can imagine the inclusion of the experience, and not just experience, hungry, experienced players. We talk about Gyatama, talk about Mataba, we talk about Cheese Boy, Mukwena, you talk about Vuyomere, you talk about all these great frees from Kaizer Chiefs. So I think for me, Truter has got a great eye knowing what Swallows needed in terms of being in the position that they find themselves. But before we even go to tactical elements that he has brought into that team, I think for me, Swallows, I call it adaptation quotient. According to what opposition are imposing on them, they can adapt to any team that they've played against. That is why it's difficult to beat them, because they quickly adapt to how the opposition play or impose their game. But he has brought in an element of a good, the competition is very healthy at Swallows. I see no player is comfortable to say, I'm a regular. If you don't perform, Truter drops you. So the competition is healthy. He brought in a cohesion, which is togetherness within the squad. Because last week I was in their training grounds, you won't believe. What I picked up, it's a harmony within the team, the love between the players, the bond between the players. I was like, so I said to myself, that is why Swallows are on top of, on the top 2 of the Premier League. So if you have a good leader like Brandon Truter with a good management, that is why Swallows are finding themselves on top of the game. They've been lost the game, and it's not by accident. It's something they've worked on. So remember the team bonding. People undermine the fact that you need to keep that team togetherness, the bonding together, so that people can understand their weaknesses and strengths. It's easy for Swallows because the players know each other from within and out. So I think Brandon Truter has done a tremendous job. But a team that can adapt to any opposition, you must know, it's difficult to beat.
And I look back at that Sundowns game, that late goal. That's when you can see energies are right, Jay. This team, boys are fighting back the champions.
Unbelievable energy. You are right. I like what the statement that you just made. Against Sundowns, it's not only the only game that they came back from a goal down to try to equalize. I think now it's a game number 4 where they were goal down. Now it speaks to the fighting spirit. It speaks to the staying power, never giving up attitude that Brandon Truter has been working on. And if you should see their training session, one thing you'll pick up is not only your tactical or conditioning training, it's also games where players find solutions in training. I was like, that is why Swallows is like this, because if you work, it's not, remember, when you deal with a lot of characters, in maybe 35 characters in a team, you need to find all of them, how you're going to deal with them. I think when I picked up, I was like, this guy is a good coach, and people should start paying attention to him. Yes, Swallows is on top of the league, good rhythm, good momentum, and I'm hoping that I know it's not how well you start, it's how well you finish. So I think with Swallows, they need to maintain this. I think through now we're going for the second half of the season, it's going to be much tougher. But I still think what's going to help them is their togetherness as a team and a good leader in Brandon Truter.
Now with that, something that it touches me, man. But what it looks like in the PSL, DStv Premiership, is that coach gets fired from this team, they go to another PSL team, and they kind of keep the core coaches there. You know what I mean? You've got Middendorp. He's now fourth time at Maritzburg. You've got Tinkler's gone around as well. You know what I mean? Everyone just goes around. But Brandon Truter, I don't know, has he been in the DStv Prem before? It looks like. But it's good to see new.
I think for me, he was not a head coach when he was in DSTV before.
Okay, yeah.
But now he comes in with a lot of experience. Remember, coaching is broader. It's not where you coached before. It's how you adapt to where you are. So I like what you just said. Most teams, they fire that coach, leave his technical stuff. It doesn't make sense. Now we'll use the TS Galaxy scenario. Okay. Then Malisela brings his assistant, Dlangalala. He was fired. They left. Dlangalala took over. If me and you are working on a project, how possible that they can fire me and leave you when we're sharing the same philosophy? Remember? Yeah, me and you, we speak the same language. We share the philosophy, and I brought you in that project. So exactly. I think teams are looking for a rescue plan, emergency plan, and it doesn't work because we're still gonna get the same results. Because after 10 days, Malisela left, what happens? Zippo took over. It was disaster. 3 games without a win. It showed enough that he was sharing the same philosophy with 10 days, Malisela. It's just that it's an emergency appointment which never works. So if you fire a technical staff, if you fire the coach, he must take his technical staff with, because those are his people. And I can assure you, Trevor, if you go to England, you'll see now, if Mark Hughes, who used to coach Blackburn, he used to have a crew of coaches. Everywhere he goes with his coaching staff. Mourinho, everywhere he goes with coaching staff. Pep Guardiola, everywhere he goes with coaching staff. I think we need to adopt the same principles. I think I can't work with someone I don't trust. So it's normal for coaches. You need to have a co-coach who's going to sit with you and be honest as they can. Because I think there's a similar problem that Chiefs has now. We're going to go deeper into Chiefs, where a coaching hierarchy, you need to have someone who's going to say, doctor, you're not doing the right thing now. Let's take this direction. The team is not winning. A person who's going to stand up toe to toe with you and say, I'm not undermining your decision. I know you're going to make a final decision, but I think we need to go this direction.
And here's the reason why, though. I'm not just saying it and now you must trust me. Here's the reason why. But I'm happy. I'm happy there's a new coach in the league and he's doing so well, man. It looks like he's been there. He looks like he's coaching the other people now, the way he's so good. But now going from